Today is December 31st, 2025. It's the last day of this year, and I want to take a moment in this video to share honestly about how this year has been for me. This year started very rough. Not just rough, I'd say it's the roughest period of my life. Yeah, January and February were like the darkest months I have ever experienced in my life since I was born. I went through a situation that could have permanently destroyed me physically, mentally, emotionally, in every sense of the word. And I really don't say that lightly because the fact that I'm still here today is something I still struggle to fully explain. It's a miracle. And not long after that, I lost my investor, someone who was supposed to invest in my business, Zolarix, decided to pull out. Given everything that happened around that time, I understood why, but it still hit hard. And it didn't just hit hard because of the investment that I lost. It hit hard because of the person himself. He's someone I consider a mentor, someone that I deeply respect, and losing that relationship or losing that friendship really devastated me because at a period in my life too, some years back, that I was struggling spiritually with some things. This was somebody who had helped me through, and this is someone who helped me build a lot of routine in my life in terms of reading, in terms of a good morning routine that helps you to actually become successful. I learned a whole lot from this person. And so losing the relationship really it devastated me. And then the investment altogether, it felt like everything was collapsing at once. And in that particular time, I really did not know what to do. At that point, I genuinely believed that this year would produce nothing good. I honestly believed that nothing fruitful, nothing worth celebrating would actually come out from this year. I had no expectations anymore. I only wanted to, to survive. I also made one of the hardest decisions in my life. I moved back to base. I moved back to living with my parents. Financially, I was finished. I went from being fully independent to not being able to do a single thing for myself. And then when my brother's wedding came up, couldn't even contribute a dime. I wasn't just broke, I was depressed. I was losing myself. My mom, my grandma, my aunts, they were all worried. They could see what I was going through. I was sinking. And I wasn't just sinking slowly, I was already under the mud. But today, the year is ending. And surprisingly, there is a whole lot for me to smile about. Just as this year produced some of the worst moments of my life, it also produced one of the best. There's a business opportunity I was pursuing. I started pursuing it in March and I finally received it. Something that completely changed how this year is ending for me. That alone reminds me that life doesn't always end where it starts. This year taught me many lessons, more than I can fully explain in one video, but there are a few I will never forget. First thing, as the saying goes, blood truly is thicker than water. When everything fell apart at the beginning of the year, my siblings stood by me. Honestly, I am here because of them. If it had not been them, I don't know what would have become of me. Honestly, they did everything humanly possible to help me survive that period. And even if I don't always say it the way I should, there isn't a single day that passes without me remembering those moments and being deeply grateful for everything they did for me at the time. And I hear stories of siblings fighting, tearing each other apart. But as long as my siblings and I are alive, that would not be our story. Yeah, we've had rough times, very, very rough times. But today, I can confidently say that they are the best siblings I could ever ask for. I love them, truly, from the very bottom of my heart. Second lesson I learned comes from a saying in my language. There's this saying that roughly translates to when the music is still sweet, that's when you leave the dance floor. I knew this before, but this year taught me in a painful, unforgettable way. There were people, places, there were situations that I should have walked away from much earlier, but I didn't. And they slowly piled up into the worst experience of my life, especially during that January, February period. And the great lesson I learned from that is that when you are no longer in sync with a place, with people, with a situation, that discomfort is your body warning you, and ignoring it comes at a cost. Staying in such situations for long is how damage happens. The third lesson I learned is that it is often in the toughest moments of our lives that the biggest breakthroughs are hidden. But most people often miss them, and I understand why. And when you're in pain, everything feels foggy, you can't see what's ahead. It's like you're covered in a thick mist, you can't think clearly. And honestly, I almost missed mine. I could have lost the opportunity. That is the reason I'm ending this year with so much gratitude, but I didn't. And I didn't miss the opportunity because someone helped me recognize it and pushed me seriously to take it. And because I did, I am sitting here making this video with so much gratitude. And that brings me to the next lesson I want to share. And that lesson is not all friends are the same. There are some friends, there are some people that stay with you when life is easy, when things are smooth. But the moment life takes a sharp turn, they disappear. They're no longer there. But there are some friends, there are some people who stay when you're broken, when you are rebuilding, when you don't even recognize yourself. This year showed me who my real friends are. Those people that I can trust, those people that I can talk to, those people that I can grow with. And I won't forget them. One more lesson that I learned, and this one is important. Yeah, it's a very important lesson. And that lesson is make money. Yeah, make money if you can. Make a lot of money because money is power. Not power in the sense of arrogance, but power in the sense of leverage. Money gives you leverage over your own life. It gives you the ability to choose. It levels you in the daily battleground for survival. When you don't have money, you are at the mercy of people, you're at the mercy of systems, you're at the mercy of circumstances. But when you have money, even if it is not the same amount others have, you are no longer helpless. You get when money enters the conversation, it becomes leverage. You get an advantage, and that advantage is always greater than someone who has none at all. So make money, and if you can, make a lot of money. That is one of the lessons that this year has taught me clearly. So for me, 2026 is a year to make more money. Yeah, it's a year to make a lot, not just little, a lot of money. Enough money to help me stand firm, enough money to help me stand on my feet, enough money to build, enough money to never be that helpless again. That helplessness that I found myself at the beginning of this year, I don't want to ever be in that situation again. And before I end this video, there is one more person that I must acknowledge, and that person is God. There were moments this year when I didn't stick with him, but he never stopped sticking with me. I wasn't always faithful, I wasn't always consistent, but he was always there. He was always faithful, he was always consistent. Sometimes I look back and I ask myself, what did I do to deserve this kind of mercy, this kind of patience, the kind of grace that he shows me? And when I think of it, I don't really think that I deserve it. But over and over and over again, he showed up. Sometimes it was almost instant. Like I would just ask God for something, even something small, and in that moment, it will be answered. And each time I could see the lesson he was trying to teach me. Yes, there's a lesson he's been trying to teach me in all of that. And I just really, really hope that I am wise enough to, actually imbibe those lessons in my life. And I'm doing my best to do that. As this year ends, I'm not standing here pretending everything is perfect because even right now, I'm even still in a rough patch, but I'm standing here alive, clearer, stronger, and deeply grateful for everything that this year has been. 2025 didn't finish me, but 2026 will build me. 2026 it's going to be a very wonderful year, and I really do, really, really do look forward to what 2026 has in stock. I want you to be part of my journey in 2026, so do well to subscribe to my channel. I actually have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers on all my video channels next year on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. So if you want to be part of my journey next year and help me reach my goal, do well to subscribe to my channel. I'll put links to all my social media accounts that I just mentioned. I'll put a link to all of them in this video. Do well to reach out and subscribe. And also like the video, and also share. It will really mean a whole lot to me. So not just me looking forward to 2026. I hope 2026 will be a very wonderful year for you as well. A year that you will end with so much gratitude, and not just gratitude for being alive, but gratitude for being both alive and having achieved a whole lot more. I'll see you in 2026.